again to my unboxings and overviews. This is Elias. Today we have a SilverStone small tower, a desktop tower case, which is designed for MATX motherboards. So this Sugo series comes in two variations, in two colors. First one is the black, which is this case that we are going to unbox today, and the second one is silver. So you can choose one according to your preferences, according to your needs, likings. So let's open up this case to see what we have inside, how it looks. So as I said, it can house an MATX motherboard. The smallest form factor that we can get. Okay. Let's remove the box out of the way. So, it's very strange, but it's something that we don't see in big cases. It's a very soft foam, so it's not a hard foam. I guess this kind of foam is always better for the protection, better protection of the case. This case is not the cheapest case, to be honest. It's for this size. It's around from 100 to 120-30 euros. So let's open it up. So this is how it looks. I'll bring the camera a bit closer so you have a better look, an idea how this case looks. So at the front it looks very sleek. It's made of aluminum, brushed aluminum. Looks amazing, very high quality. We have two 5.25-inch bays for your CD-ROM, DVD-ROM, or whatever you want, or a fan controller, which I don't think you might need in this kind of a case, or I don't know, controls for your maybe audio output. Some of the audio cards have front panels that can be fitted here, so it might be needed. We have the power button, we have the power LED, hard drive activity LED, a reset button. Then we have a FireWire connection here. It's useful for people who works with videos and needs to transfer the video faster from camera, and especially the older types of cameras use this FireWire port a lot. So we have two USB 2.0 ports and two USB 3.0 ports, as well as the microphone connector here and the headphone connector next to it. So let's see the sides. We have some ventilation holes on this side. Nothing else that we can see actually. Well, if you put some more lighting in here, maybe you'll see a bit better. Have a better idea how it is. Things inside. So we have the back part of your case. A power supply cutout. It's a cutout for a standard power supply, so it's not, you don't have to, if you already have a power supply, you don't have to switch. Input output panel shield cutout, and 4 PCI slots for your video card or anything else you might want to put here in this port. This part, this side is also has ventilation holes, as well as we can see an 80mm fan pre-installed here. So the top part also has 2 ventilation holes. Through one we can see a pre-installed 80mm fan, and the other one is just there without any fans. So let's see the bottom part, and then we can move and see the insides of this case. We have 4 rubberized fits that stand off roughly 1.5 centimeters from the surface. So it's going to be convenient enough for you to put it anywhere and be sure that it's not gonna slip, and it's gonna be sitting there securely. So it has no flex, feels very high quality. So let's unscrew these 2 screws to take a look at the internals of this case. I believe they could have used thumb screws for. So we have 3. 1, 2, 3 thumb screws, but I think then it wouldn't look as sleek, because thumb screws, they stick out pretty much. So using smaller screws might be better. So let's pull it. See, it comes out easily. Okay, it does. So nothing special here. Not painted the inside, so it's gray. No paint. Let's put this aside. So the manual installation instructions and dimensions and everything. It says that it has a pre-installed 80mm exhaust fan at the back, which is at the top. This one here that we demonstrated previously. This one here. There is another hole for another 80mm fan that you might want to install, maybe with LEDs, to make this case to look a bit cooler. Then there is one pre-installed 80mm fan at the side. This one here that we have already discussed. Then we have option for another 80mm or 70mm on the side. So I guess it's on this side. No. So it can be removed and replaced with a different size fan. So what other options we have internally? So there is space for 2 5.25 inch devices here, CD-ROMs or whatever you want to install. Then we can install 2, as you might see here, 2 3.5 inch hard drives, or 2 2.5 inch SSDs. here, same spot, or one SSD and one 3.5-inch hard drive. Here we have some accessories and some connectors to your front panel. So let's see what is there. So two wires. I believe these are for cable management. Looks so. Some fan connectors, so you can connect one side to your motherboard, and here you can connect two more fans from the motherboard without having to use mullets and any other type of connectors. Some screws that you might need. The motherboard standoffs are already in pre-installed here for you conveniently, so you don't have to worry about it. Here are some double-sided clips which you can use, stick them to any point that you might like for better cable management. So these might also come handy. And now let's look at the connectors that we have here. So as I said, we have two USB 3 connectors. So we have a 20-pin USB 3.0 connector here, a USB 2.0 connector. Here we have a FireWire connector for those who wants to connect a FireWire and have a FireWire connection at the front. And if your motherboard supports has a FireWire connector, then we have audio connector here, and the pretty standard 4 connectors that we have is hard drive LED, power LED, then the power switch and the reset switch. Something that is very important is the room that you have for your graphics card, because in most cases small tower doesn't mean that you cannot put powerful stuff in it. Small tower just means that you have limited space, or you don't want to put a big tower in your office or in your room, and you just want something that looks good and can also fit some good amount of hardware. So this case particularly can fit a graphics card that is around 14.5 inches, which in centimeters should be around 30 to 35 centimeters long graphics card. So you have pretty much good room for enough room to fit even the largest cards. And the width restriction is around 4.5 inches, so it's around 10 centimeters. And in some optimistic cases, maybe you might even have house 2 video cards, so you can run SLI or Crossfire. Here, the power supply and optical devices. So you need to also measure the distance that you have from your 5.25 inch base here. to your power supply. So you need to make sure that you have enough room for that as well. So always check that. And something that is also very important is the spacing for your CPU fan. So there are cases that when you have a motherboard, you don't want to use your stock CPU fan, you have your power supply at the top here, and you don't have enough spacing to put a good CPU fan. Well, for these cases, for example, this Cooler Master Gemini M4 CPU cooler, low profile CPU cooler, that might be useful for you. It's a small well-performing CPU fan that might do just right for you. Let me just show how it's pretty small, good looking. So even if you put the motherboard, there is enough room to house this CPU fan, and you will have a good amount of cooling along with the power supply of the size that you need, and 5¼ inch device. So this case is looks great. It's not. It's quite small. So it is around 40 centimeters long. It's 393 millimeters long. It is 263 millimeters wide and is 212 millimeters tall. So you can measure. The internal space volume is 22 liters, if it helps you somehow, and it weighs at around 4.5–5 kilos, so it's not heavy. With your components it might be a little more heavier than this, but still pretty easy to move for pretty much anyone who will be using this case. So I think this wraps up the overview and unboxing of this HTPC. This is a small factor case. So it's a great option for anyone looking for something small but powerful enough to house all the hardware that you might want to put in this case. So MATX motherboard that can even house up to 2 video cards, all the memory that you might want, the nowadays motherboards up to 32 gigs, pretty much any CPU, any Haswell CPU or AMD CPU that is compatible with the MATX motherboard. Have all the connectors that you need, all the air cooling that you need. So as I said, it looks great, should perform good too. It's not the cheapest option at over 100 euros, 120 euros, but it's a good quality case. So thank you for watching. Anything you need to ask, please ask in the comments. Subscribe to our videos if you like them and if you want more videos from us. And bye for now.